All right, Happy New Year. As the calendar turns, most people at least think about doing something differently in their life. We think about something new, let's try something fresh, let's come up with this year I'm going to do this, or I'm going to make this happen, or I'm going to make a big change. We all say stuff like that, and we all mean it, but we also all know that pretty much we don't do anything that we say we're going to do at the beginning of the year. So that is the reality. But I just want to maybe challenge each one of us, myself included, that it doesn't have to be that way. See, we're in a world right now, it always is this way, but I think it's at a height right now, where people don't like to make any sacrifice. And a sacrifice is doing something and not doing something else. So the thing you're not doing is what you're sacrificing. That's a sacrifice in the simplest of terms. So we all want to make a change, but nothing changes until we are willing to make a sacrifice. I want you to get that. Nothing changes until we are willing to make a sacrifice. This can be for national issues. It can be for local issues. It can be for a family issue. It could be for your personal issue. Whatever it is, I'm telling you, nothing changes until we are willing to make a sacrifice. Now, I want us to see that everything we do we're sacrificing something for. Because when we do something, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it instead of this. So the instead of is what I'm sacrificing. Like if I travel that way, I'm not traveling that way. So I'm sacrificing this way because of this way. It's as simple as that. So we do it all the time, but we don't necessarily think about that. So I want to be more intentional about this. I want to be more intentional about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. So when you make whatever you do with money, you're choosing one thing over another. It's that simple. If you spend $10 here, you don't spend $10 there. You're making a choice and you're sacrificing with your time. If you go to a basketball game tonight, you're not going to the Christmas play. You're sacrificing one to go to the other. So here's what maybe we would do well to do. Really seek after God on what we should be sacrificing, which things we shouldn't be doing, and which things we should be doing. And if we were to be more intentional about that, if we'd be more intentional with our money, if we'd be more intentional with our time, if we'd be more intentional with people, if we'd be more intentional with the Great Commission and reaching the lost, if we'd be more intentional about impacting our society, and therefore we're not doing foolish things, we're not doing insignificant things, we're sacrificing those things for the good things, then things will happen. So all I want us to get is, if you want something to change, you got to make a sacrifice. So this year, may the church rise up and become a church that's willing to make a sacrifice. May we as individuals be people who are willing to make a sacrifice in order to advance something that's the greater good. And so this year, my friends, you can do this. We can make a change. You can make a change. Make the sacrifice. God will bless that, and he will pour out his blessing on the thing you're doing, and amazing things will happen. So this year, that would be the best one ever, and it will be if we make the wise sacrifices and choose the wise things to do. God bless.